Alrighty everyone, it's Aussie Supervillain here, back again with another gaming related video. Just wanted to give a quick review of the Midnight Black Dualsense controller for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series controller in Carbon Black. Both controllers are very good. Personally, I do like the Xbox Series controller just a tad more than the Dualsense, but we'll go over that shortly. Yeah, so let's get started. On the left here we have the DualSense controller in Midnight Black for the PS5. It is pretty good looking controller. It's a lot more beefy in the hands than the DualShock 4 was, even though the DualShock 4 is one of my favourite controllers as well. I do like the Midnight Black as compared with the stock white and black two-tone original. Thumbsticks are very good and smooth, and they do have friction rings inside the thumbstick capsule part there, which makes it very smooth when you're using them. Very nice. Got a nice D-pad. Personally not as nice as the DualShock 4's D-pad. I do prefer the DualShock 4 more. But again, it's all up to personal preference of a person. One person may not like a thing that other person likes, etc. But yeah, pretty good. Got a good, nice touchpad. Got your little LED light bar on the side, which is much better than the DualShock 4, because the DualShock 4 had it up here and, you know, it lit up and all that type of thing. Personally, I prefer this style more. You've got your face buttons, you've got cross, circle, triangle and square. A lot of people call the cross button X. I believe both are correct. Universally it's either X or cross, but yeah, the actual shape is a cross, because X is a letter. So, but I'm not going to get into that. People can call it whatever they want, but I just refer to it as a cross. I always have. And then you have your options button, your capture / share button, I think, or select button. Not really 100% sure. You've got your L1 and R1, L2, R2. You know, very nice. Fits in the hand very well. Got your PlayStation button. You've got your mic mute when you have a headset plugged in to the bottom of the headset jack there. You've got your speaker if you want certain games to talk to you back through the speaker. On the back it's pretty good. It's just got some information there. It's got that textured grip that has, look at it real close, it's got the triangle, square, circle and cross design on it implemented in it. It is very hard to see though, but if you look at pictures online you'll be able to see that better. And overall, yeah, it's pretty good. It does feel very good in the hand. I like bigger controllers because my hand size is pretty much average for the average bloke. But yeah, it fits my hand pretty well. You know, I can get a good grip on it. It's nice, not too big, not too small. Pretty good. Okay, so then we have the Xbox Series controller in Carbon Black. Now, this is my favorite style controller. A lot of people out there like the Xbox style, a lot of people like the PlayStation style, a lot of people like the Nintendo Pro controller style or any other sort of controller style, but personally for me, the Xbox Series style controller and even the Xbox One, Xbox 360 have always been my favorite set of controllers. Yeah, I mean, the offset sticks, some people don't like that. They prefer the, you know, the sticks that are together, you know, that are centered. But me, I prefer this sort of style. I mean, I grew up playing Halo Combat Evolved as my first game on the original Xbox, and I used the original Duke controller, and as a child my hands were much smaller, of course. It was very hard for me to use that controller, but then they came out with the Xbox S controller, I believe they called it, and that pretty much became the norm. But I do love the Duke controller, nice big chunky thing. But yeah, anyways, I digress. I went a little off track there. yeah, so you've got your two thumbsticks here, offset, pretty good, you know, nice grippy thumbsticks, very nice. You've got your start, select buttons, your capture button in the middle to capture screenshots and videos and stuff to put on Xbox or YouTube or whatever you wish there. You've got your D-pad, which is massively improved over the Xbox One, Xbox 360 style D-pads. I really do like this one, as I own the Elite Series 2. It's heavily based off that dish style D-pad that it comes with, and they just improved it overall to make up, down, left and right more prominent in the dish style D-pad. It is a bit clicky. Some people like that, some people don't. But personally, it doesn't bother me either way. I like, you know, clickiness or whatever. It doesn't really, you know, bother me one way or the other. And then of course you have your A, B, Y, X buttons. Again, I was going to say cross, but it's actually the letter X instead of being the cross shape. But yeah, you've got your face buttons there. Then up the top we have USB-C. You've got your little connection button to reconnect it to another Xbox or reconnect it to your Xbox or any device that has Bluetooth that you want to connect it to, a phone, a tablet, etc. You've got your left bumper, right bumper, and again they are a little bit tactile in terms of clickiness. Again, some people like that, some people don't, personal preference. You've got your left trigger, your right trigger with the good textured grip, and a lot of people say that it's just a gimmick, the grip on the left and right triggers, but yeah, they do help me in some games I play, not all, but it does help when your hands get sweaty if you're playing an intense match of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite, whatever your preferred game type is, but they are very good. Yes, and you've got your little battery compartment here. I don't currently have a battery in there, but yeah, that's one thing that I actually like. A lot of people give Xbox slack for, you know, not having an inbuilt battery like the Elite Series 2, for example, whereas the PlayStation controllers, ever since the DualShock 3 became wireless and they started doing wireless controllers, the DualShock 3, 4, and even the Dualsense has an inbuilt battery inside the controller. But the only problem I have with that personally is that if your controller was to get stick drift or a button broke on it, for example, or whatever, you'd have to either try and repair that piece yourself, whether it be a button or the analog sticks or whatever the case may be. But if you end up buggering it up even more, then you just have to go out and buy a whole new controller. Whereas if something goes wrong with this, you can just pop your batteries out or your battery pack from the back and you know, buy a new controller and then just put your battery pack in the new one. Yeah, so that's my take on it. Again, some people would agree with it, some people don't. Whatever your preference is, that's all good. And it's got the grips on the back there, pretty good. It does provide support again when your hands become sweaty. It does help you maintain your grip. Yeah, so overall, yeah, pretty good controller. My favourite design, of course, as I think I've stated a few times throughout the video. Apologies for that. And yeah, you've got your headphone jack just there, and your peripheral plug-in point there for your I think they sell a stereo adapter that you can plug in the bottom. I've got one, but it's in my drawer at the moment. But either that or a keyboard, one of those little keyboards you could use to text in messages and stuff as well. But yeah, overall that's the review. Sorry if it did drag on a bit. Again, I'm new to this sort of thing, so I don't actually edit any videos. I just you know, record a video then upload it. I'm gonna learn probably to edit a few things, but I like to go in raw, give you the unedited version. Again, yes, I lost track of my thoughts, sorry about that. Yeah, so that is the Dualsense PS5 controller and the Xbox Series controller review and comparison. Again, I like both, but yeah, I prefer the Series controller. The Dualsense is in a league of its own as well. But yeah, that was a review of the Dualsense and Xbox Series controllers. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, dislike. Opinions and comments are always welcomed, positive and or negative. Anyways, dudes, have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.